everybody! It is Friday! How are we doing tonight? How is your Friday? Welcome to Friday, everybody! You have done it! You! I'm talking about you! You've done it! You've made it through another week! You're at the tail end here, people! Hey, Adele and Dazzle, how are you? We're at the tail end of week 46, 47! Boom! Week 46, 47 in the books! People, we're at the end! We are at the end of it! How are you doing tonight? How is everybody doing this Friday? Hey, Kelly! Good to have you with us live tonight. How are things in Albuquerque? How is the Albuquerque world? I hope all is well with you. I do. Hey, Jennifer, how are you? I was thinking about you. Bad sound? Or do I just need to be louder? Tell me if I need to be closer or louder. We're trying weird as usual. Albuquerque's weird or my sound is weird? I woke Dazzle up. You guys hearing me okay or you're not hearing me okay? You decide. If I need to change devices, I will. I was trying to go back with a different mic setup, without my wired mic. Or my wireless mic, I guess is it. I'm trying to use... Oh, Albuquerque's weird. Okay, well that's okay. I'm okay with Albuquerque being weird, as long as you can hear me tonight. Hey, Sylvia, how are you? Great to have you with us. Great to have you. Oh, good. I'm glad. It's just Florida. Maybe, Jennifer, maybe your speakers are frozen. Maybe your speakers are frozen. I hear it's cold in Florida. Hey, Michelle is here live. How are you, Michelle? Did you have a good Thirsty Thursday video last night? Good to have everybody here tonight. You know, Virginia can hear me. That's good. Hey, Kitty's with me. Not cutting out. Okay, everybody's good. The only person who's got a problem is Jennifer in Florida, whose speakers are frozen because it was cold in Florida. Hard to have sympathy for those Florida people. Today it's warm. Oh, good. The world is safe. I'm glad it's warm in Florida. I was getting worried. I was getting worried for you all. Although I talked to Russ at Liberty today, and his wife's going the wrong direction. She went up to Michigan. I'm like, does she know how cold it is in Michigan? Well, I'm not on my regular mic. I've been having problems all week with my regular mic, so I thought I'd go, and every night I have to change devices. So tonight I thought I would go with the regular mic disconnected. So I'm just trying to get this in one take tonight. It's warm. It's not warm in Illinois. Well, that's what I said. I actually quoted you, Kitty, on how cold it's been. I'm like, that's not terribly far from Michigan. Russell is awesome. He is. I was talking to him briefly today. We texted a lot today. We talked a little bit for the first time in a long time, and we texted a lot today. Hey, Pat in the Peanut Gallery. But, his wife heading to Michigan, and her family is up there. I'm just like, that's cold. That's cold. Brr. Lots of background noise. I wonder what we're picking up for background noise. I'm going to try one thing here. See that... Getting colder this weekend, yeah, that's, well, and she went up there, I can't, she wanted to spend some time with her mother and stuff, and I can't blame her to get some family time. She's like, the ticket was $40. I can't, how do you to fly from Florida to Michigan for $40. That's, that's a heck of a deal. Although they had to be at the airport at like 4 o'clock in the morning or something. I don't know, something crazy. Yuck. I'm getting cold just thinking about it. I'm getting cold just thinking about how cold you guys are going to be. We're not supposed to be that cold. I don't think. I don't think we're supposed to be that cold. But, we are, the sun was out today, which was nice. And people were out shopping, which was really nice. Always nice to see people out shopping. Always nice to see that. So always happy to have shoppers out. That was good. That was very, very good to have the shoppers out today. But I don't like the below zero wind chills and bone chilling cold. That is not me. Snow on Sunday, but they keep on hoping for less of that. Is what I'm getting, Kathy. Is what I got. Granted, I don't watch the weather. That's what I got earlier this morning. Is that there was going to be less of it. That's what I continue to hope for. That's what I continue to hope for, is that there will be less snow on Sunday. Just a dusting or whatever. I don't know what we're really going to get. I think they're back to turning down the expectations from Sunday, but who knows? We'll see. We'll see what Sunday brings. I can't control the weather. Now there's someplace that's worth going. Resale Island. That's what I'm talking about, Michelle. Resale Island. That would be the correct direction to travel. I would like someplace warm with umbrellas in the drinks and, not a care in the world. But you can't take your PPP and go to St. Lucia. That is a violation of the rules. So there you go. Let's get this started tonight. Let's get this started with the Good Morning, Good Night book. The Good Morning, Good Night book says I left my glasses someplace else. I left them over by the desk. Left them over by the desk. Okay. The Good Morning, Good Night book. Tonight, at the end of week 46-47, we are on page 134. Good morning! Look at you! The miracle of you! The thrill of you! Becoming who you'll be! Just a little schmutz! I got it! Okay, Stunner, go! They ain't ready for you! Now they're saying more snow? Well, don't listen to the weatherman. I want the weatherman from this morning that said less snow. I want the weatherman from this morning, 4 to 8, I don't want 4 to 8. I don't want 4 to 8. My back's just feeling better from cleaning up from the last storm. My back's just feeling better from cleaning up from the last one. We don't want any more snow. I think they're just trying to get us to tune into the weather all weekend instead of watching football. And isn't really this weekend about the food? I mean, for as much as it is about the game. I did have fun doing our Good Morning, Michelle. You should see the wait until you see the graphic. Well, and I'm hoping they keep it in Virginia. Nothing personal, Sylvia. Well, see, you guys watch our weather, and I try to ignore it. I try to ignore it. Is what I try to do. Well, here you all are standing at the end of week 46-47. I am so excited for you. I am so excited that you are here with me. Holding hands practically. Holding hands virtually at the end of week 46-47. You guys are awesome. your perseverance, your dedication to the twists and turns of this time is amazing. It is amazing. And I'm really so very happy for all of us to be here and to be in this moment at the end of week 46, 47. It just means a lot. It means a lot that you are here. It really does. Here's our quote from Simon tonight. His quote of the day is: A team is a group of people that works together with a common purpose, not just a group of people assigned to work on the same project. Think about that. The difference between purpose and project. Okay, both start with P. Okay, but a team works with a common purpose, a common dream, a common vision. Where a group of people assigned to work on the same project is checking a box. It's different. It's a difference. It's a difference, people. Yeah, it has been almost a year, Jennifer. It has been almost a year. So I haven't looked at my calendar, but it's almost like this time last year where I was in Florida, wasn't it? Or maybe later in the month. But it is a, we're hitting all these various anniversaries in this, but it's these aren't dark anniversaries. This is a celebration of your accomplishments. Don't be afraid of these anniversaries, because this is milestones. These are milestones. It's almost like those rulers, the side of the door beam where door frame where parents would mark, your growth in height. Okay, these anniversaries, as we hit these anniversaries of COVID, are marking your growth in this. And sometimes it does feel like 5 years, okay? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Mom, are we there yet? And, but your growth during this, okay? From where you were way down here, okay? And now you're growing up in this, okay? In how you have adjusted and continue to adjust and develop your business. The, Government Accountability Office, right? GAO? Yeah. Says that the economy will be back to last January, okay, to where it was from an economic stance, which is where the economy was last January and how it was moving last January from an economic picture and an economic growth state and what the economy was generating. It is expected that the economy will be there this summer. Okay, that it'll be back to last January by this summer, which is pretty amazing. Okay, and which is pretty amazing. If like any government figure, if they're half right, that's still pretty amazing. But that doesn't mean that everything is back to normal this summer. Okay, that means that there are parts of the economy, this uneven economy, that is doing really well, parts that aren't, parts that are doing okay. It is an uneven recovery for sure. But the fact that we could be there from a holistic, big picture economic perspective is good. They also said that employment won't be back to where it was last January till 2024. I don't know whether that will be true or not, but it is something to keep in the back of your head. Yes, Jennifer, exactly. How far we have all come. Again, just working your way up, just like growing up. I mean, we have all grown so much, and our teams have grown, and our businesses have grown, and that is really, truly something to celebrate as we continue to go through this. The GAO's report wasn't Wasn't saying dependent on vaccinations, although vaccinations were an assumption in it, I'm sure. But you're starting to see ticks of good economic activity, even at the retail level, and this is where you can make some of these prognostications. I mean, like the GAO is the groundhog of it. For example, Kohl's Q4 sales were down, but earnings topped the streets, and they're gaining momentum. They reported better than expected earnings and strong digital sales. The department store retailer sales are expected to fall 10%. Digital sales rose more than 20%, accounting for more than 40% of net sales. Comparable sales are expected to decline 11%, but it's improving. What they're focusing on, so this is important, okay? They're focusing on gross margin. Their focus on gross margin showed further traction, and they managed expenses tightly, which together strengthened their financial position. So gross margin is we're selling less of it, but we're making, but our margins are better. So our margin is better of what we're selling, which is important, so less discounting. And that's been a real focus. That'll actually help all of retail and resale. Their focus on strong expense and inventory management and increased optimization in promotional strategies, not discounting, help drive its earnings and strengthen its position as it heads into the new year. We're confident that our key initiatives. So this is good stuff. Nordstrom. Long-term growth strategy focused on smaller stores, rack, and digital. Nordstrom, okay? Old stodgy department store, Nordstrom, okay, which I happen to like Nordstrom, but let's call a spade, expects its revenue to grow by more than 25% in 2021. 25% increase in revenue in 2021, with digital claiming 50% of total sales. Digital does not mean not in store, though. Their new Nordstrom strategy is called Closer to You, their long-term growth strategy, and calls for investments to build Nordstrom's off-price rack and digital business along with small format stores. They're expanding the range of price points, okay, offered at Nordstrom Rack, and better connecting physical and digital inventory to increase selection, all while improving profitability. The company expects Rack to make up about half of its sales in the near future, compared with about a third at the end of its most recently reported fiscal year. It also calls for extending Nordstrom's market strategy from the 10 urban areas where it currently operates its top 20 markets that represent 75% of sales. The strategy involves leveraging the physical assets of Nordstrom's full-line stores, Nordstrom Rack, and smaller format Nordstrom local stores to increase customer services and convenience and speed delivery. Again, connect with your customers wherever they are. On the digital side, Nordstrom is growing its assortment from 300,000 items to potentially 1.5 million during the next 3 to 5 years, as they expect digital to continue to represent approximately 50% of sales. But that digital is not all online shipped to people. It's online pickup in store, where people then buy more. Okay, when they're in the building, they see something else, or they see another opportunity to connect with their customer, because as Target showed us recently, customers that engage with us on multiple platforms spend more. So if they're already engaging in digital, they can pick it up at a Rack or a full-service Nordstrom, or at or one of the small format Nordstroms, it gives them the opportunity to engage and upsell. So it is very interesting, and other brands are looking at this as well. So there's a lot of good stuff. I mean, if Nordstrom can look as an old stodgy department store to increase sales 25%, granted 2020 wasn't a great year for them, but if they can grow 25% this year, that is huge. That is huge. And not to be outdone with the media talking about them and what they're going to do on Thanksgiving, why not announce our Thanksgiving plans now? Dick's Sporting Goods is the first one to announce that they will be closed on Thanksgiving Day, okay? And the media is already talking about it, okay? The freaking groundhog just came out of the ground, okay? People are just putting away their Christmas trees, and the news media is reporting that Dick's is an industry leader, okay, for doing nothing more than saying that they're going to close on Thanksgiving Day. Something they did this year, okay? But they've gotten all sorts of media attention because they say they're going to close on Thanksgiving Day. Media in February, okay, when it's a slower time of year for many people. Okay, naturally it's a slower time. So without running one ad, by just slipping a press release out there, what can you say about your community? What can you do that people pick up on, okay, that isn't even happening for another 10 months, okay, and get all sorts of press on it, okay, and talked about on morning news programs and everything else, you know, that you're closing on Thanksgiving Day. You know, that's partly a sign of how else they're doing business now and where else business is happening. But you gotta love the strategicness in their marketing person for getting that out there in February. It'll come out again. Okay, it'll be. This is something they will remind people about. Yeah, well, as we already told you, we are going to be closed on Thanksgiving Day, and we urge other retailers to follow us. It's gonna. That was a smart move. This is the next thing is actually kind of interesting, and it's interesting for our industry. I don't know where it's going. Okay. Vogue has taken an interesting look at it, and I can't reprint to post the article. Okay, I can't share the article out. But Vogue is posting from their sustainability desk that end of life regulation is coming for fashion. Okay, that what companies do and how fast they create fashion and how disposable fashion has become, okay, or fast fashion, okay, that how the lives of clothing and that manufacturers have responsibility in the life of a piece of clothing is interesting to bring up as a topic for regulation, okay, and should governments be involved in that? And it's kind of far-reaching to go back to the source. I don't know. It is you can't legislate good use of things, but I guess you could legislate that there are quality materials that'll last more than one person, that could sustain more than so many wears or something. I don't know where this is going. I think the topic is interesting. I think the topic of regulation, of end-of-life regulation for fashion, the idea that you could regulate that somehow is interesting, and I think it goes into the sustainability of the materials being used. I think it goes into the quality of the materials being used in the first place, so that they can be reused, and that the garment itself has life. So I think that will be an interesting discussion for the fashion industry, for the resale industry. It always scares me when you look to government to get involved in that somehow. But the concept of it is certainly an interesting discussion and something that I will be following. But I wanted to throw that out there for you. Our friends at the IRS, the Internal Revenue Service, are encouraging people, businesses, they said to me, hey Neil, can you tell your people, tell the people that listen to you, file your taxes early, get your taxes done now, okay, I mean, I have my folders over here. There's my folders for this year's taxes for all the stuff I've got to get done, that I have together to do our taxes for the various entities that I'm responsible for. But the IRS is asking you to file early, okay, because they're expecting a higher amount of fraud this year. They're actually just starting to accept returns next week. And they're expecting a higher amount of fraud this year. With all the relief programs, with all the things that have happened, with all the unemployment filings, they're expecting people to file earlier that are still unemployed to get refunds. They're expecting, though, that you're going to have this batch of people that are going to owe because a lot of people didn't have proper taxes taken out of their unemployment checks. So, but they're expecting a level of fraud, and there's always fraudsters that are filing on stolen Social Security numbers, etc., etc. Yeah, I know. File on time, file early. I got started a bunch of years ago. My current accountant, the first year after I worked with my accountant, he sent me a letter and said, your appointment to get your taxes done is on this day, and I need all this stuff by this time. And I laughed when I got it. When I got this letter, I really laughed pretty hard. And, I said, but that has been a good habit for me moving forward. Having that deadline, having everything. Last year I had everything done by mid-January. I was really excited because I was traveling so much in the first quarter last year. I had all our stuff done by mid-January. Before I went away, he was astonished. This year I've got the corporate. He asked for the corporate stuff early because the personal stuff is like, because the filing date was so delayed, he wanted to have as many corporates done as possible. So I got him our corporate stuff already. But it is. I get it. I mean, there's a lot of delays in different paperwork. I have it on my list this weekend to go through my files to see if I have everything. I have my checklists for each one of those folders to make sure for each return that I'm responsible for that I have all the stuff that I'm supposed to have. And I think I have most of it at this point, but I don't know that I have all of it. I've been filing it as it's been all coming in, but I have not taken a deep look at it. So I do need to take a look at that. I know my QuickBooks is all up to date. I know personally and business-wise, but I don't know if I have all the correct forms from everybody. So something that I'm certainly going to have to wait on and see, but something I'm definitely keeping an eye on. Definitely keeping an eye on all of that and watching it closely. But the IRS did want us to do that. And so they said, hey, remind people the tax season is kicking off. And especially last year because tax season, they kept on delaying when taxes had to be filed last year. I think people had till mid-July to file on time last year. So, but get them in early before some fraudster files for you and takes your refund. Although refunds are expected to be smaller this year for many. The other thing is, like I've told you, don't buy a boat. Have I told you not to buy a boat before? Okay, I think I've told you that. Now the SBA's fraud office is now open and accepting your fraud warnings. So if you think your friend Sally, if you want to turn in your neighbor for fraud in the SBA programs, the SBA now has a way for you to do that. I don't think anybody watching this has anybody that they need to turn in, but the SBA is actively soliciting fraud reports now for all the various programs, the PPP, the EIDL Advance, any of the SBA programs. They are actively soliciting fraud reports to the Office of the SBA's Inspector General. They are staffing that and ready to take your call confidentially to turn in your neighbor on that. I don't think anybody in here does. We've all just been helping each other get to the other side on this. But there is fraud out there. I mean, that's just the reality of it. I'm okay with that there's fraud. I'm okay with that they're going after fraud. And I don't mean I'm okay with fraud. What I mean by that is these programs were done quickly. They were implemented quickly and pushed out quickly, and helped so many with the speed that they were pushed out. Okay, that time was of the essence. And with time being of the essence, there was naturally going to be fraud. And it was more important that there was. I'm okay with it so that it could help thousands of other businesses and people. I'm sorry to hear that. But yeah, that exists. Fraud for a woman in Springfield, Illinois got arrested this week for fraudulently filing for the PPP for $41,000. As I've said, they'll catch everybody. Okay, it may not be today. I mean, I'm still big on the 2-year thing. 2 years from now, you're going to hear about it all the time. You're going to hear about it all the time. And actually, that $41,000 one is probably the smallest I've heard so far that's been charged in the country. The ones that I've heard so far have been much larger than that for people that have been charged. But they are actively out there. They're going to go after people, and they should. Okay? But that does not negate the tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of businesses that have been helped by these programs. And if they put more checks to eliminate these frauds on the front end, you still would have had fraud and you would have helped less people. You would have had more businesses close. So I'm okay with that. I'm okay with what they've done to get this stuff out there and check and do more checks on the back end. I am really, really okay with it, because I know how many of just in people that tune in regularly or email me regularly, how many people it has helped. So they should, but I just found it that the advertising campaign has started by the SBA, and they wanted me to let people know about that. Because it is important, and if you do know fraud, that fraud is bad. Fraud is bad. So, but I want our government to continue to support people. It looks like things will be coming together for President Biden's $1.9 trillion, and I'll keep you updated on that. But that's good to get that passed, not when their back is against the wall with a deadline. So That would be good if that bill gets passed sooner versus later. But I will keep you posted on that. You know, this video and everything I talk about here, this video and everything I talk about goes over to nards.org/resalestrong. You're scared of jail. Well, you don't have anything to worry about, Michelle, because you're doing everything right. You're not going to jail. And you can call me. I'll bail you out. Okay? I'll bail you out. I'll come to the jail and bail you out. You're not going to jail. You're doing everything right, Michelle. Your neighbor, the wine store, will come bail you out too, because they want you. They need you promoting their wine. Everybody's gonna bail Michelle out. You done nothing wrong, Michelle. We'll keep you out of jail. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. You've been good. You know, this video and everything I talk about here goes over to nards.org/resalestrong by noon the next day. Noon, I tell you. It's all over there. The files, the videos. On the YouTube channel, you're not alone running this store, where you can like, comment, subscribe, and ring the bell so you know when a new video drops. You can also share it with all your friends in business. Butcher, baker, candlestick maker. Don't share it with the convicts. But everybody else we want to help get to the other side of this. Yes, we do. I am here at More 8 Than Ish every night. More 8 Than Ish every night, live in the Nards private Facebook group. That's where you find me. But if you have a question in between, you just email me. Neil, Neil, at ECIstores.com. Neil, at ECIstores.com. Yes, if you're in jail, ask for an email, not a phone call. Trade. I'm just saying, I'll come get you. Tomorrow is Self-Care Sunday Eve. Self-Care Sunday Eve. And we'll have the recipe of the week tomorrow night to go over in the Resale Strong cookbook. It could be your recipe. All you got to do is email me your favorite recipe to Neil, Neil, at ECIstores.com, Neil, at ECIstores.com. Maybe somebody's got some fun Super Bowl food. I don't know. But whatever it is, just email it to me. We start this program every night with the Good Morning, Good Night book. The Good Morning, Good Night book is how we start this program. Tonight we're on page 134. Good morning. Look at you. The miracle of you. The thrill of you. Becoming who you'll be. You're just a little schmutz. I got it. Okay, Stunner, go. They ain't ready for you. Good night. Look at you. The miracle of you. The thrill of you. Becoming who you'll be. Okay, Stunner, rest up. Save some of that perfect for tomorrow. There is your graphics. There is your graphics, folks. Wings. Michelle's got a recipe for wings she's going to send in. Well, I know Michelle knows the email address to send it to. Wings and wine with Michelle. I don't know. It could be her Sunday night special. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Neil Abramson. I do like a good party, a wedding, a bar mitzvah, a super-de-duper party on Sunday. I don't know when we'll party again in person, but when we do, yes, when we do, I will be there with you. But until then, and until tomorrow night at More 8 Than Ish, know that you, and but most importantly you, yes you, you're not alone running this store. I'll see you tomorrow, everybody. Have a great night. Hey, it's Nana's birthday tonight, too. Happy birthday, Nana. Have a great night, everybody.